Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I was thinking about doing this reading to start the Cancer season's tarot readings, since we are already in Cancer season. So I wanted to honor this actor, this very famous actor, Minho. He is a Cancer sun, so yes, I wanted to start this sort of series of Cancer season to read for him. He's going to be the first one, so I hope that if you are a fan, you enjoy it. So yes, let's begin with the cards that he got. He got the Queen of Wands, Ten of Swords, Four of Wands, Seven of Cups, and the Moon card. Then from the Oracle, he got the card of Jupiter in Virgo, Patience. Um, Honestly, starting with these first cards that he got, this Queen of Wands, definitely it gets my attention. And the Ten of Swords, obviously. He had been going through something, like I think that there's something about him not being able to move on from a relationship, and there's something about this person still being in his mind, or maybe that he's not entirely over this person, and I think that time had passed. But I wouldn't be surprised, because actually, Cancerian men or women, they tend to be very nostalgic, and once a relationship is over, sometimes they even if they meet new people, there's always this one person from the past that um, that it's in their imaginary, like a sort of ghost, like someone that the idea of them is still in your mind, and you cannot get over them, and you sort of put them in a pedestal, where you compare your other relationships with them and what you had with them. I think that in his case, he definitely is not getting over someone, and he's thinking about this person. Um, Also, this person being represented by this Queen of Wands, I sense that this person also is very public, or it's someone that um, had been like in the eyes of the public, like almost like everywhere. So it's hard for him to also forget about her, because she seems to take so much space, energetically for him, like she's very powerful, or she is very beautiful, or she's someone that has this sort of attractiveness that it's very hard to miss. So honestly, I don't know if it's sentimental what he feels, but probably is about thinking about her, like, oh, she could have been the one, you know um maybe because of her looks, or because, I don't know, maybe it was his ideal type of woman. But definitely, like, I see her standing on her own, like in the sense of her having a lot of personality and a lot of independency, probably, being very, very independent, and actually not settling for a relationship where maybe she wanted freedom. And I think that that's one of the things here with the Ten of Swords, that for him it's very hard to somehow understand, like, how come you left this that we had together for your freedom. Like, he doesn't, like, understand. He sort of sees it like a betrayal, um, like, I gave you my love, I gave you this space in my life, and somehow you betrayed me, or you like actually gave me a lot of hopes and illusions that we would be together, and actually you left me. It's very heavy for him. It's a very heavy feeling um, of feeling abandoned by this person. And also a lot of criticism. I don't know why. I think that he felt like he dealt with a lot of criticism for her. So, at the end, he was like, "Oh, I did this. I did all of this for you for nothing." So yeah, I think that he should, work on that. But yeah, she's still in his mind, and I think that I don't see someone new. That means that if he has other relationships with other females, probably she is like the standard, and she's like there in his imaginary. I don't see them like being together, or I don't see him like actually getting back with this person, but this person is very present nevertheless in his unconscious, So, if someone wants to be his girlfriend or future wife, I would take this into consideration, that this person is still around, that he's still not over this person. um, and probably he knows this, he knows this. Probably he knows that he needs to do something about this, to heal himself, because I believe it's been a while. um, Also, what really is very like positive, in the middle of the reading, he got the of wands. So there's this sense of celebration. So probably, he's in a good period in his life where he's celebrating, where he's like surrounded by people that actually make him forget about, the disappointments of the past. It seems like for him, life has been good. Yeah, he has a, a good, like, a group of people that support his decisions. He's also very stable, but at the same time, I think that he's like thinking about, like, okay, what is my happiness? Where is my happiness? Where is my happy place? And I think that he's this year is what he's going to try to accomplish. I'm actually like very curious, because I don't see cards that talk about work. Usually when I read for actors, there's this sense of like, achievements and goals, and been working on details and working on themselves to prepare themselves for certain work, or something about money also, financial things. But in here, I don't see that. I think that he is going more inwards, and he's thinking about himself, and he's thinking about, his own happiness, and what does happiness look like. Um, there's something bothering him. Definitely, I think that he definitely wants like a refresh, a new beginning in something, and he's focusing on himself. Um, I don't know exactly what's the reason behind all this, but I think that he just wants to, evade himself from reality. There's like it's weird, it's a bit weird. Because the cards that he got, like, I see that he's a guy that he has a lot of options, he has a lot of options in life. He can do pretty much whatever he wants. But also with the Seven of Cups, there's this sense of also of illusion, like, yeah, you have a lot of options. Yeah, you have a lot of possibilities, but sometimes the half of these possibilities are not that real, are not that a real option. I think that he probably is like, in the future, it's going to be a bit confusing for him to choose something for himself, because there's a lot of lies in his life. There's a feeling, here with the moon card, there's something about him possibly like discovering that a lot of things in his life, especially in his personal life, are not what they seem. That probably relationships are not what he thinks. Probably the people that he knows are not he thinks they are. There's this sense of like a lot of darkness in his life and a lot of confusion. I think that this guy is confused about, because when I see the Four of Wands in the middle, I'm like, yeah, the guy definitely he has a good life. He has stability, he has fun. But in the future, this year, I think it's going to be very challenging for him to actually, like, somehow understand, his purpose, his personal purpose in life. He's like asking himself a lot of questions, probably going inwards, trying to understand like some things, find some a deeper meaning to what he's doing. Um, and he just wants to focus on his own happiness. It's just that I think that it's not going to be easy, honestly. um, I think that probably he could be a bit blinded or a bit naive about certain things in his life that he took for granted. Probably, I don't know. I think that there is something about the people that he hangs out with, or the people around him, that actually it could be that he finds out that some of these people are fake. That some of these people are not who they say they are, or that, I think that it has to do with fame, honestly. I think that it's like, okay, yes, while he was like on his very active role, as an actor, and when he was participating in these very like famous productions, um, he had a lot of people over him, yeah, around him. And all of a sudden, as his opportunities or his, um, maybe his own desire to not work so much, because I don't see cards of work here, but he's like, I'm going to just chill at my house, or I'm going to do something very routinary that has nothing to do with being an actor. Um, it seems like people just disappear out of his circle. It seems like the quote unquote the friends that are always there when money is fluent, and when fancy gatherings are happening. It seems like for the party and the celebration, everyone is there. But when it comes to emotional connections, or actually it's just people just being there because they want to be there for him, they suddenly disappear, or they just make up excuses to not be there. So I think that he slowly is going to come to the realization that not everyone is a friend, and that probably relationships that he was like, oh no, I know this person for years, we knew each other, we had been there for each other. He's going to start to notice that there's some shady people around him, there's some liars, and that actually there's some people that are not who they say they are. And this is going to be a bit sad for him, honestly. Like here with the moon card, I sense a lot of pessimism coming from him, a bit of um, sadness about like, oh, wow, like, I really had this, I was blinded all this time. Um, and possible he had been feeling like this for a while, he had a sort of like intuition about that some things weren't as clear or as honest as he thought, um, that it seems like for him to keep having people around him, he has to somehow put on a show for them, or just, um, sort of have these very fancy, things, and having probably other celebrity friends around him, like sort of that it has to all be about appearances and about popularity and about fame. It's like, oh, I hang out with you because you are that famous guy, like, and I think that he's like, oh, that's my value, like that's all I mean for you, like you don't really care for me as a person, and I think that this is also very very interesting because I usually, when I read for certain actors, I do get this very lonely vibe, even though they do have fans, or they do have you know colleagues, and people just are very obsessed with shipping them with people, and honestly they're it seems from what I get in the cars that their emotional experience, or their emotional life is not that fulfilling, and that they are sometimes very lost, and that they have a hard time like trusting people, and that actually the people around them are very shallow, and that the people around them also are very just are not there honestly, like, because of I know he is very very um a very established well established actor. I was hoping to get more like I don't know, optimistic cards, like very like strong cards, but actually I don't see it. But I think that honestly, all these cards, what shows what the meaning behind of this is that he has to go through this, just like sometimes we people, regular people, we go through moments of disconnection from, like, okay, like, yeah, I guess, we get a bit disappointed at how life turns out to be, and we need to take a time off, or we need to distance ourselves from the exposure and just work on ourselves, because at the end of the day, it's about who he is and what he wants in his life. He has the option to change, um, and not be waiting for these connections to become real connections. If people are there because they are taking advantage of him, or because they just want him for his fame, it's time, I guess it's time for him to also, like, see this, and understand this, and also understand what got him to be living like this. Why are these people part of his life? Why were these people part of his life? And what he's going to do about it, is he going to keep allowing this, or is he going to start all over, And I definitely see that he could be a bit lost about what to do initially, but I see him like realizing that he needs to trust more his intuition. He's a very intuitive guy, he's a very intuitive person, It's just that probably because of what he does for a living, he wasn't that connected with himself. And now that he's somehow like, separating himself from the media, or the flashing lights, and the glamorous, environment, and you know the the shallow side of life. He's slowly like realizing that yes, he needs to go deep inside himself, and find some answers, um and from the oracle, he got the card of Jupiter in Virgo, patience. So yes, definitely this year it has to do with him being patient. Like, he will not like find answers right away. It's going to take a while. Probably this year is going to feel a bit like slow when it comes to him getting what he wants. He's going to have to work on his patience, because things are not going to move as fast as he would want to. He's also a guy that probably he's also like used to living to sort of like with a lot of adrenaline rush because of his work. He's used to go here and there, but I think that this probably the rest of the year is going to be a year of a lot of slowness and a lot of introspection, and a lot of like just reflecting about life, and just like being patient, not seeing results right away, but also being patient that yeah, this is a whole personal journey, and that yes, he could be a bit lost at the beginning, but yeah, it's what it takes to somehow he can, so he can work on himself, and his, if he has past issues, that he can work on those, maybe getting some therapy, but somehow like also like, getting out of this darkness, like somehow like also dismissing the clouds, the mist, the confusing scenarios. I think that he needs to open up his eyes and face this sort of darkness, that is surrounding him and the circumstances around him, because it seems that not um, not everything shines, and I think that he's slowly realizing this. So yeah, it's a very personal, um, like um, situation. So, but it's part of his evolution as well. So yeah, so probably the card also of patience. It has to do with the fans also having to be patient with him, and not jumping into conclusions about his decisions or why he does what he does, or maybe waiting for to hear from him right away. You will have to be patient as well. So yes, guys, this is all I have for him. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.